Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War Carthage campaign, episode the 31st. And when we left off, we'd begun our very slow, very painful and very drawn out economic recovery. But, well, good things tend to hurt sometimes. But, what do we have to do today? What is the plan? What are we doing? What is the situation? What is the plan? Well, the plan, as it stands, is to capture Carthago Nova and make it my new capital at some point. However, I'm currently under siege at Corduba, which I don't really want to lose because Corduba is pretty vital to my plans. And yeah, meanwhile, the Romans are now at war with Numidia and they're commencing their invasion of Africa. So for now, that means they're out on my hair for a little bit, and they're probably not going to come looking for me. But it always pays to be aware of my surroundings. But for now, we're going to have to hold off against the Spanish and get to a point where we can start taking this peninsula off them. So what we're going to do today is, well, we're going to have to sally forth and get rid of Captain Tixeru out of my lands. Now, what we do know is he does have a very unbalanced army from the last time I spied on him. So the plan is, in this sally forth battle, is I'm not necessarily going to be able to kill him off because my army isn't the best. What I'm hoping to do is, I'm hoping to just force his army into routing because normally we seem to have more luck with just making a Spanish run off. So, all troops, prepare to defend your homes, because if we lose Corduba, it's not going to be a good situation for us. And the balance of power does show that it is 1-to-1, so it's in no one's favour today, and I am outnumbered. I do have a better commander though, since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 command stars. Oh, that's looking good. But Tixeru, well, look, Tixeru has a lot of skirmishers. I don't have a lot of cavalry in my armies, but clever use of loose formation and clever use of my general's bodyguard and remaining round shield cavalry should be enough to drive this enemy army into a rout. That's all I want to achieve today. I just want to achieve a rout. We are not playing for kills, we're playing for routs. Though kills would be cool as well. So let's fight this one out on the battle map, try and kick the Spanish out of my lands again. Even if it just buys me enough time to retrain my army with the money we're starting to make, that's good enough for me right now. Playing more for short-term survival than long-term at the minute, but we will have to start thinking about the long-term pretty much now, actually.
Await my orders.
Right, so no time for messing around. We're just gonna get out of the city. As you can see, the Spanish have lined up all the way around this area. Since their army is 90% skirmishers, this should not really be too much of an issue to deal with because, well, we know what to do with skirmishers. We'll just walk in, well, we'll just ride into them and they'll die or they'll just run away. I mean, I do suspect that the Spanish will probably put the skirmishers into a skirmish formation, which means they will just run off as soon as I get near them. Units to look out for though, the round shield cavalry need to make sure we keep tabs on them. War dogs, they could really do some horrible damage to my Iberian infantry because, well, they usually do. Barbarian mercenaries, best not let my cavalry near them because that would not be good for the cavalry at all. Still, Corduba's doing nice actually. This is basically the longest surviving Carthaginian city. I mean, you know, it's doing alright. It's got the governor's palace going and it's got... Who's our shrine again? Which god are we worshipping here? Can't find a shrine. Well, it's there somewhere. I think this one worships Baal because Baal's the best god. We have sewers as well. Lovely Carthaginian sewers. Right, anyway, that's enough being a tourist. Let's focus. Oh wait, is that? No, that's not the temple there. Nice building though. Very nice buildings. Right, anyway, let's focus on getting out of the city. So I'm going to bring the town militia out first because they're the weakest unit, but they could also be the easiest to coax the Spanish out with. Then we're going to bring out the Iberian infantry, who will all be coming out. So let's line up the Iberian infantry around here. I want Iberian infantry to be in loose formation as well, so you guys get into a loose formation. And then, let's see, we've got the cavalry, they're going to be here. They'll be marching along with the general's bodyguards, because I have 2 generals in this army. I do have skirmishers of my own, except they're pretty much going to be worthless. But I'll keep them around just in case. And then what's over there? A few more Iberians and my Balearics. My Balearics are probably going to be very useful in this one, so they'll be coming out early in the battle as well. Not too early, of course, because they have to be careful. I know that the Spanish are very easily provoked. But let's just start the battle. The Spanish will take some time just to quickly position their men. So town militia, I'm just going to quickly ungroup you actually. But what we need to do is we need to get out and we need to be in a loose formation. So loose formation, men. We need to try and minimise the potential damage which could be caused by the enemy. Now the Spanish are already on the move. It looks like we're going to probably try and make a defensive position on this hill here, most likely. Or we're going to try and attack from this gate here, which is very, very odd. But yeah, I might just need to redirect my men. Right. All Iberian infantry had to make your way to this street now. Try not to march on the outside of the city. I'll leave the town militia outside for the minute. Not really too sure what the Spanish are thinking here. I mean, some of them are already dying actually because they're already walking right next to it. Oh, well done, Spanish. My city defences are already... I should have just put my skirmishers on the walls actually. That would have been a smarter idea, but right. Taking a few of their units out already. Now it looks like they're turning back. No, right, I know what they're doing. This is where we're going to make their formation. Right, you know what? Iberian infantry, stop what you're doing. Turn around. We'll just form up over here. Just need to give the Spanish a minute, basically. We need to just work out what they're doing. But town militia, have our formation face this way now. There are a few skirmishes still running about. I mean, yeah, the Spanish are being a little bit chaotic. If you happen to walk into a Spaniard, men, stab him in the heart for me. That's all I ask, really. But then again, knowing you lot, you'll just run off. I know what you guys are like. Well, town militia, I accept running away. Iberian infantry, however, I do not. Once more, apologies for my chronic yawning as usual. I'm not bored of Rome Total War. I've basically done a really long week at work. I'm absolutely flabbergastedly exhausted, but this is literally the early day this week where I'm going to be able to record some Total War. So hey ho, pip and dandy. I'm just going to have to keep necking down coffee or energy supplements because I don't like coffee, so that leaves me a little bit screwed. Right, town militia have pretty much made my front line now. The enemy has pretty much made their formation now. So since they're attacking with a wide line, I'm going to keep my line wide as well. But I want all units in loose formation. So I noticed not everyone was in loose formation. There we go. Right, that's our formation built for now. I'm just going to keep them grouped for just for neatness' sake. Looks like the enemy are sending a few of their troops forward, but a few more are still getting killed by my towers. Barbarian slingers, I need you to very quickly come out. I think this is a good chance for us to start getting some kills. The enemy is also going to bring some round shield cavalry into this fight because they do. Yeah, but right, the enemy wants to fight, which is why I'm going to quickly get my Balearic slingers into the game. I'm also going to start bringing my cavalry out into the game just to start running around and start clipping the enemy's wings. But yeah, the enemy at the minute must be thinking I'm weak, which is why they're provoking themselves into a very quick attack. Now, I should probably try and get these town militia into that cavalry before they do something horrible to me, but it looks like right now they're not exactly committing to an attack. No, they're waiting, scouting. Right, Balearic slingers, don't fire until I give the order. The enemy's just playing with us at the minute. They're just trying to work out when they should make their move. Well, right now they just seem to be more contented to run around, but that's fine. They don't seem to be moving their army as one big blob, so what I can do is I can just I can pick and choose my targets. You know, I don't have to take it all out in one go. I think if I tried to do that, I would get defeated because, well, that would just be suicidal, just walk into a great big tide of Iberians. But now that the Spanish are making their way away, Balearics move into the front line, starting to make my formation here, so Balearics, if you just move into the front line, yeah, there you go, but you took a few seconds to respond to my commands there, a little bit worrying, but you guys know what to do. We'll take down this lovely piece of a Spanish line here, and then I'll just wait for the rest of the Spanish to basically come running. Because what I can do is, if I take out this part of the line, the Spanish line will collapse and start heading towards me. These towers will probably still remain invaluable for doing stuff. Skirmishers, I have a plan for you. Get on those walls and just do your thing. You guys know what to do. May as well make some use out of them. They're not going to be much use in the open battlefield where the Spanish, well, they easily have missile superiority over us today, but putting the skirmishers on the walls is going to pay off, I think. Because I can use the advantage of elevation stuff, so... And the nice crenellations on my wall, you know, battlements and blah 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 blah. That affords me a little bit more defensive capability, so everything works out in the end. And the Spanish are going to continue moving their line backwards now. I guess for now I'm going to try and start picking some pot shots at them. Right, well, if the Spanish are going to move back, we need to start moving forward. So, or at least are they moving? Oh god, the Spanish just don't make their minds up. Balearic slingers, I need you to target the warband because I consider them a dangerous unit.
March!
At least they're coming forward now, aren't they? Because I'm coming forward. Yeah, but we're not going to come too far forward. No, that's where that's where we're going to draw their line. Right. Town militia. Start coming forward because you're going to have to soak up all that missile fire. Iberian infantry, you also start coming forward because you're going to be soaking up missile fire a little bit later on. And cavalry.
General! Cavalry!
Position yourself on that hill and await my orders. I'm going to bring the Spanish down here. Right, how's my skirmishers doing? They're just getting ready to climb the walls now, so you guys know what you need to be doing. Get over that tower, get over the wall, you know, come on. At least try and get yourselves organised. I guess these guys have a little bit of a difficult time getting organised. Come on, you guys know what to do, don't you? Onto the wall to defend my town. Come on. Climbing a wall really should be child's play for these guys. Right, anyway, what are the Spanish up to now? Still adjusting their formation, still trying to work out what to do, even though I am now getting ready to basically lay down the hurt on them. These guys should not be able to stand up in one-on-one combat against Iberian infantry. I mean, obviously I do have a disadvantage that my Iberian infantry don't have spines, but here's my plan. If we run really, really, really fast, they won't have time to get out enough volleys to do enough damage for me. Yes, it's gonna drain my stamina a little bit, but hey, these guys should be able to do it. But I mean, I've kept them out of play for long enough to basically, you know, someone's under attack. It's not me who's under attack. It's my skirmishers probably doing it, or the tower's doing it. Yeah, yeah, the tower's attacking. Right, the tower's doing its thing. Balearic slingers have just started to make their first few volleys out into the field. It's panicking the Spanish, actually. They're not responding, they're not attacking, they're just going to keep moving their line back. Fine, and let yourselves get pelted. Balearics, those skirmishers want a fight. Give them one. Nice! Good shot. Right, bring forward one unit of town militia to attack. Keep those cowards at bay. Looks like we've got some more skirmishers. They're coming to attack my cavalry. Fine. Looks like offering them a juicy target's working out in my favour. Right, Balearics, focus fire on those skirmishers now. Don't focus fire on the ones near you. And we've got those guys into a rout. Right, town militia. Cease moving forward. We've got you far enough. Right. Militia, you're doing alright. These guys... Oh my god, the Spanish are already exhausted. Look at that, they're already tired, unhappy due to exhaustion. Well, maybe running around all over the battle map didn't do you any good then. Skirmishers, by the way, not opening fire. Look, skirmishers, look, you stop fanning about, just open fire now. You guys have taken quite a while to get organised, and it's kind of disappointing me. And now you're frozen. Oh, wait, now, ah, shit. I started attacking them and I accidentally gave them another order. Right, that was my mistake, right. Keep moving towards the enemy. I'm going to start bringing the rest of the line forward and start panicking the Spanish. Right. Balearic slingers, go for those skirmishers again. Keep bringing them down because you brought a lot of those guys down actually just with your stones, and you're going to be... Right, focus on the warband. They're coming forward now. They're your next target, but Jesus Christ, these fucking these slingers are so good. We need to really put more of these in my army when I have the opportunity and the money to do that. But look at that, we're already getting quite a few kills just through missiles alone. Right, and someone has charged forward. It was my town militia. Right, town militia, cease. Not yet. Start bringing my cavalry round. Get the cavalry into that line of skirmishers. This is where we're going to turn a trickle into a flood with routing now. So I want one general into those skirmishers. I want one general into the other skirmishers. I want the round shields into these skirmishers. Bring those 3 down. A quick charge should quickly push them into a rout. You guys keep focusing on the warband. Don't get ahead of the balearics. You know what happens if you get ahead of balearics. Their shots don't arc. And the war dogs, right, they're coming forward. Right, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out, pull out. Just wanted a quick charge. You've done your objective. Right, you've done your objective. Right, cavalry, pull out. We're doing hit and run here. Just hit the enemy, then run off. So, come on, you lot. Over there, I'm going to group you up into one group. I'm going to just make you my death squad. Yeah, that's what you are. You're my death squad, right. Balearics, how are we doing still? Getting those shots out. Still bringing down that warband. Bringing down their most valuable unit, basically. That's what I like to do. Can't really use them on the war dogs. It's cruel to throw stones at dogs. Skirmishers, they're still doing their job. Looks like they're not doing bad either. Yep, seeing some kills there. Good, right. I'll let my skirmishers just continue what we're doing. They're going to keep bringing down the Spanish. We're actually bringing them down quite nicely here. We're just using the city defences here. The Spanish did not plan their attack very well, did they? Except this battle's becoming quite unplanned and quite chaotic because everyone's everywhere right now. But right. Iberian infantry, bring your line forward. My skirmishers have also come under attack now. That is because the enemy is trying to fight back. Isn't really working out. You guys are now out of ammo. Return to the plaza. There's nothing left for you to do in this battle. I may as well just keep you safe. And well, I'll just let the Balearics just continue doing their thing. Balearics are actually really now starting to eat through their ammo. That means yeah, they've already eaten through their ammo. That means they've got a lot of volleys out already. I mean, fucking hell! Jesus Christ, they're just getting the kills here today, aren't they? I mean, they really are. I mean, if I'm honest, the sound of stones hitting these guys and just knocking them out never gets old to me. I just love this fucking noise of the Balearics getting wiped. Right, Balearics, pull back. No, don't pull back, right. Keep at it, get another volley out, get another volley out. I thought this cavalry was coming forward, but right. There's an isolated unit of skirmishers there, which makes a tempting target, but I suspect the Spanish would try and basically cascade upon me if I did anything about it. Just keep attacking that warband. They were trying to hype up, you managed to deal with them. Had to wait a while before their morale goes back down, but it will. I mean, these guys are in a losing battle here. I mean, they may be mercenaries, they may be fighting for the gold, but I think even mercenaries have some sort of self-preservation instinct. And it must be triggering like mad at the minute. But he got hit in the face by a stone, by the way, and he just fucking blocked it. What a dickhead. Right, just keep throwing those stones in. These guys just... these guys seem... Well, they're not impervious to stones, but these guys don't seem to be... Yeah, the slingers aren't really... I guess the slingers are really good for unarmored targets. Oh, wait, but we did take 2 out there. Right, try to move your attention onto the skirmishers. Or just something. If you hit a barbarian mercenary, you hit a barbarian mercenary, end of story. Just attack those skirmishers, they're weaker. They are going to get their first volley out, right. Pull out quickly, pull out. Oh, no, wait, don't worry, right. Right, slingers are now out of ammo. Slingers, you are out of the game. Right. So, that's the missile part of the battle over, and, yeah, look at all those corpses. Not going well, Spanish, is it? Not going well at all. Right, let's go for another hit and run attack. Push into the skirmishers. Push into the skirmishers. You push into the skirmishers. And then we'll pull out again. Town militia. Bring yourself forward. Start driving the Spanish backwards. They run away when you get close to them, so that's all you need to worry about. Just let the cavalry just quickly get some charges in. There we go. Watch out for those barbarian mercs. Very early. Yeah, they're gonna stand and fight. So we need to start bringing our Iberian infantry forward. They need to target the the barbarian mercenaries. You guys have already pushed out. Right. Big rout there. Big rout. Right. This is it. This is how the tide turns. This is like when Rohan fucking messes up the Haradrim bitches because the Haradrim were bitches. Then the elephants happen, but we don't talk about that. The Haradrim were basically Carthage in Lord of the Rings. I know I'm not right. They were more than Timurids, but there we go. Enemy general routing. Right.
Now attack and break the will of his followers.
That's what I'm doing. There we go. He's down. Not one of mine, at least.
The enemy general has been killed, and his men lose heart.
And that's how you do it, folks. Soften them up. Then just chuck everything at the enemy. Look at that. They just collapsed like a fucking lung. Right, come on, guys. Keep at it. Cavalry, get into those guys. Where's my other cavalry? I'm losing control of my cavalry here. Right, keep chasing targets down. Don't chase cavalry. Unless you can get a head-on charge on them quickly, they're not worth chasing for now. Chase those big juicy targets for now. Chase those skirmishers, those war dogs. War dogs don't give up, by the way. They may be right, but dogs still have a taste for horses, right? Iberian infantry, deal with those doggies. Even though those dogs should be tired by now, but whatever. They're hunting dogs, so I guess they're good at their job. Right, come on, keep chasing these guys down. We got the Spanish on the run. Corduba's safe for a little bit, and Captain Texeru, or Captain Texas, he's going to be feeling a little bit ashamed of himself now, and I think he's learned a valuable lesson that we can all learn when playing Rome Total War. For fuck's sake, balance your armies. Bringing an army that's about 90% skirmishers doesn't work. Not one bit, because just 3 units of cavalry and some barbarian slingers can absolutely ruin your day. And I think by the looks of it, while there are losses on my side, they're at an absolute minimum. Go me. Simple as that. Go me. Right. Chase those guys down, guys. You turn back and chase these. Chase down those dog handlers. May as well try. Yeah, continue battle. Chase down whatever's left.
Drive them from the battlefield.
A refreshing victory to start a good weekend. I am happy now. I do feel it in my bones that we are turning this campaign around now. Now that we're safe, we can continue pulling in that nice little bit of recovery cash. We can retrain, we can rebuild, we can construct, we can grow. Taking Carthago Nova is now becoming a more realistic objective, especially now with Captain Texeru effectively out of the picture. The road should be much clearer to launch an attack on them. Yes. We could do this now. We could really, really do this. But we will need to try and rebuild to a point where we can get Poeni infantry again. Those guys were good. Libyan spearmen and Iberian infantry are not ideal units. They'll be ideal as support units, or like as my weak fodder units, basically doing what I'm using with a town militia now. But we need to get to a point where we're making Poeni our main line. But at least for now, bringing these guys down quite nicely. Very, very nicely. Keep at it, guys. Keep at it. Just take down every last little fucking Spanish person. And that's the Iberians wiped
Victory
again.
is yours, and no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy.
Yep, worthy victory, I think. I mean, fucking hell, though. I mean, look at that. We took down an army of 2,181 to 180 men. And how many did we lose? 28 men! We did well there. We did very well. By using a mixture of Actually, you know what? Before I show the battle statistics, I want you all to place your bets. How many kills did you think the Balearic Slingers got? I'm going to put a punt on... I'm going to say 250. Actually, no, that's a bit... I'll say 200. Oh! 314! Wow! That is good. Well, that isn't good. That is awesome. 314 kills. You guys absolutely knocked it out of it. General's bodyguard, though. 560 kills. Oh, even one of the town militia was going all out of 100. Man, big numbers. Some experience get right. Just big numbers, though. That is absolutely fucking awesome. Right, good battle. Good fucking battle. I have to admit, I was a little nervous about starting before I was recording this episode, but I was wrong. This was the best decision. Right, stick the taxes up, by the way. Need to start making more money. But we can also afford to do some retraining, so there we go, retraining underway. Right, that's where we're calling it an episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and yeah. Brilliant victory today, brilliant victory. Now we can turn our attention to going on the offensive. And we'll do that on the next turn. Well, we're not going on the offensive next turn, but we're going to be putting everything into place. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I look forward to seeing you all on the next. Have a lovely day, folks.